All right, everybody, I'm here with head coach Tom Immello. Tom, welcome back to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome back to Florida. Here's the thing with Coach Tom Immello. He lives in Queens, New York. He flies down on the weekends to be with the team, run the bench, coach the team, do the travel. You're the GM,
Yes.
right?
Yes, that's correct.
Now, you may remember the name. His son played for the University of Miami. Now he's a graduate.
Yes.
He works on Wall Street. He still lives at home with you, but you still fly down with no other affiliation to the team other than you love the game.
It's all about it, right? Taking care of the boys. I have a new relationship with some of the boys on the team, and they asked me to come back, and I do it for them. They're my 22 stepsons.
That's awesome. That's the one thing I miss the most is the bench.
Yeah,
and
bench
being
is
with the
awesome.
kid. The bench is the best.
Mm-hmm.
But so the University of Miami, if you were with us last year, they had struggled at times with commitment from players. His son was part of the key group, but getting the supporting cast was tough. This year, I was talking to Matthew Schneider. You had 40-some-odd kids at tryouts. You brought 20-plus players here. I was so happy last night to look across and see an entire bench of orange and green. That has not happened in years. Years, probably before your son.
Before my son, and
So what's the secret sauce?
so what happened is the pendulum has swung, and we have an influx of freshmen, and they understand what the commitment takes to be on this team. And everyone knows on this team that if they don't toe the line, somebody's ready to take their spot.
Well, they did a great job last night. Last night, in particular, we were very impressed. You jumped off to a 1-0 lead about 2.5 minutes in the game. UCF came back and tied it. You went up again. In fact, at one point, with 10 minutes left in the second, Miami was up 5-2. UCF tied it. We were very impressed with your composure, and then you called it a very key timeout that we can talk about later. But talk about the flow of the game, because you came out hitting, you came out playing simple, you didn't beat yourself. All the things that make the game simple, I think Miami executed well.
They did, but it's a new team. It's a young team. They have to learn how to win. They have to protect the lead and go to work and hold on to it. It's a very emotional team, and with an emotional team, you're going to have highs and lows, and you got to live with that. And until they learn to come and play a steady game, not get too high or too low,
Right.
then we'll be okay. But it's work in progress.
Well, you know what? They played very well. They played very composed. We had a sold-out building here last night, almost 1,000 people I think they had in here. It was just an electric atmosphere. Considering the last time Miami came up, there was 11 guys in the box. There were little kids down on the bench, Tom, doing this, taking photos with everybody. And Schneider says, yeah, I remember. I was one of the guys in.
I do remember.
You know,
that.
it's on our YouTube channel. It was hysterical. And I'm getting text from Commissioner Kyle now. What is going on down there? I was like, I don't know. But because it was so funny, Corbin was the referee, the big, strong guy, right?
Yes.
And I just see him go like this. He puts his hand up, and he was directing traffic like a cop, and he sent everybody to the box. Now, what happened last night, you had 10 opportunities on the power play, 4 for 10. That's outstanding, ever, let alone the first game of the season.
Yes. And again, that's work in progress, but we've brought in some skilled players that understand the game and know the basics of what they got to do and moving the puck around, which is fantastic because we could grow from there, right?
Yep.
So last year and the years before, we were trying to grow from a much lower standard. Now we have a base, and we'll go from there. And I'm very excited about the season. I really am.
Well, it should be a lot of fun. You've got some great players. You got a deep bench. Schneider was the star of the game last night, a kid that went from L.A. to Connecticut to prep school, down to Miami. He's a senior, super kid. Talked to him again just tonight on the way in, and I said, I wonder if I'm your good luck charm. And he said, I hope so.
He understands his role in this team.
Yeah.
He's a senior.
Yeah.
And he's seen the lows, and he could feel what this could be this season. And we have probably 7 or 8 seniors, and they have a shot at doing something special this year. And they're taking the lead. They really are.
Well, you're undefeated this late in the season, Coach.
I'm going to quit right now.
All right. We always end the show with 2 things. One, who's going to be your starting goaltender tonight?
We have a new boy who joined the team, Arlen Jackson. Has really showed a lot, played up in the Northeast. The Bruins junior team he played with.
Oh, wow.
And I'm pretty excited about him. I haven't seen him play in a game situation. In practice, he looks really good. And we'll see how it goes.
Well, I know on behalf of all the Miami Hurricane fans, Mr. Fensterstock was watching last night. He'll be watching again, I'm sure. They're all grateful for you. Thank you for your service.
pleasure.
You're a retired New York fireman, correct?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
So thank you for that. Thank you for what you do. And what would we be here to officially welcome you to DSPN Live with a name like Immello, Mariani on the UCF bench in DePaulo? We call this around here, if I get this open right, we call this the Cannoli Crew. And you are now, as soon as I get this open, I promise.
An honorary member?
You are now an honorary member with your very own cannoli.
Thank you very much. You know what they say back home, right? Forget about it.
You know what? That's one of my keys for UCF tonight is forget about it. All right. Coach Tom Immello, we will be back with more in just a minute.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. For all of your mortgage
Cheers,
needs,
buddy.
think Seminole
bet.
Money Tree. Our dedicated staff delivers exceptional one-on-one service that is second to none in the industry. Yes, the American dream of home ownership is alive and well, but it takes the right team to make it happen. We offer FHA, VA, and conventional financing anywhere in the state. For more information, visit us at SeminoleMoneyTree.com, established 1986.